How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video, SDS patched Diamond Quest yesterday, but they didn't necessarily patch me, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We also got some surprise Battle Royale rewards. Jim Rice, 94 overall, not featured on the schedule, but looks pretty good. And then we also got 94 overall Ryan Helsley, who also has Outlier, and this card looks pretty solid. 102 hits per 9, 113 K per 9, and 125 pitching clutch. Pretty decent pitch mix, does have a fastball slider. Not a best, curveball's not really the best, but then we have a changeup. Anyway, the Diamond Quest method still kind of works. I'm going to show you kind of what I'm talking about. They did patch and nerf, I guess, bunts and drag bunts in Diamond Quest, but I was still using this method. I've beat it over 10 times in the last, I would say, 24 hours. With that being said, I'm showing you my pathway to start the video. And then as you can see, I'm switching over to my speed team / bunt team. And now we're going to go up against the White Sox in this brand new Pinstripes Diamond Quest. Now, this does work for both of the stadiums, and I'll be showing you that here in this video. I wanted to take you through kind of two runs, one against the White Sox, one against the Yankees. Personally, I don't think it's worth it to really go up against both of them at the same time and risk some of the rewards. But here, I picked my third starting pitcher, so that way I could face Hagen Smith, and that's because he's a left-handed pitcher. I think I would have been out if I went up against a righty. You want to kind of go up against a left-handed pitcher if possible, because they're going towards third base. It makes it a little bit easier to bunt, and then of course steal second, steal third, and now we have to try and capitalize on getting them in. There he missed a pitch. Here he throws a pass ball. I might have been able to score on that, but I don't want to risk anything. I've already been able to get on base with a bunt, and he throws a fastball. We strike out, but here I'm just going with the contact swing every single time. Contact swing, really trying to just put the ball in play. Hopefully hit a grounder, hopefully hit a sac fly, just one run at a time. Now, since we got a base hit with Honus Wagner, we can repeat the process. Steal second, steal third, and now I'm looking to try and swing on that one because he got a terrible jump. I knew he was going to be out at third base. Sometimes they will make a bad throw, and you'll still get in there. But now we're going to restart the process. And this is kind of what they patched, right? I wanted to show you that the bunt doesn't necessarily work every single time. But now we're on defense. I don't think it's a bad idea to put Benintendi on base. The reason why I started with the left-hand starter is because if I can pitch around him, get him out, then that's wonderful. If I have to walk him, okay, then we're going to go with the righty. We bring in Darren O'Day. Anyway, we're in the second inning now. We got the double play. It worked out perfectly. We're going with another bunt opportunity. Bunted, stole second, stole third, and we're able to score him with that slow roller to the second baseman. It helps having Carlos Beltran. Obviously, he's the best card in the entire game. But now we can repeat the process once again. Stole second, stole third, try and hit a contact swing, sac fly, and we scored the third run. So in this one, the reason why I chose this as an example is because I was able to lay down a few bunts. They made a couple of errors. A few crazy things happened. I was able to get a couple base hits. I was able to manufacture a run in every single inning. So that's the reason why I chose this one as an example. But I've beat this mode probably over 50 times doing this over the last, I would say, week and a half. Probably at least 50 times. But anyway, we were able to get the reward. We had it at 100% that time around. This next time around, I have it at 93%. On GOAT difficulty, so 93% chance to get the rewards there. You could see it for Whitey Ford. You're guaranteed to get the 90 overall Justin Steele or Brandon Nimmo, but that's not really what I'm doing this for. I'm trying to get both of those cards, sell them for right around, 18,000 profit, and then right now I'm actually working on getting the Spotlight cards, or at least thinking about getting some of those Spotlight cards. Not necessarily the May ones, but maybe the April ones. I haven't necessarily decided even. I'm just trying to figure out what to do in terms of what's next. We are about to get a brand new pipeline type of program tomorrow, and I think that the pipeline program is going to be very good. We have a good chance to get Mike Trout. We have a good chance to get Bryce Harper, or maybe both of those guys. I think both cards would be awesome. Maybe Bryce Harper because he might be able to play first base. However, the pipeline version, he was only an outfielder. At one point, he was a catcher prospect as well. So that would be kind of interesting. But here, we're going up against the Yankees. I don't think I should have selected my third pitcher in this one. I kind of went with the same strategy as I had with the White Sox. If I were to do this again, I would probably choose my fifth starting pitcher just because the clutch on that Luis Gill card is insane, and I did not put the ball in play. Luckily, we had 2 bunts, and we were able to score that way. This time, we scored a second run with an error on a bunt. The Yankees lineup is definitely much better than the White Sox as well. So kind of just a quick run through there. We were able to get both of the rewards. Well, actually all 4 of the rewards. And as you can see, I'm not risking it going up against the other stadium. Some people will recommend that. Go for it if you want, if you feel confident. I just don't want to risk the time that I spent getting those rewards, and I could just go into it again. The amount of time it takes me to get from one stadium to the other stadium, by the time I do that, I could probably just start up a new one and get it to around 90% on GOAT to go after one of the stadiums, not risking anything, but restarting it again. So anyway, that's kind of my thinking there. I don't want to risk diamonds that I've already earned. I don't mind, of course, if I fail it the first time around. Obviously, I have to restart, and then I would have wasted time anyway, but I'm not risking cards that I've already obtained. But just pulling this off, you're able to get some packs. I was able to pull a diamond here, Brandon Lau, not really sure. But that's a pretty solid card, 10K. I've also been working on trying to get Scott Rowland. So that's who we're going to end off the video with, unlocking that Scott Rowland card. And I'm pretty close to getting, I guess, some of the collections done for the May Spotlight, April Spotlight. Really trying to get as many of the cards as I possibly can, because I know that they're going to patch this type of thing again. They patched it once. Obviously, the developers know about it. I'm not the person that's going to be the whistleblower on this type of thing. The developers just patched it yesterday. It's clear that they understand people are doing that in Diamond Quest. That'll probably be the only time I post a video on it, and probably the only time I post GOAT gameplay against the computer. But that's really going to do it for the video. I'm College Lefty, and hopefully you enjoyed. Peace out.